What's up, YouTube? It's Kevin in Colorado. Welcome to another exciting episode of Tesla Today, where we are today looking at the earnings report getting released a week from today on January 27th, Wednesday, after the bell. So exciting time for Tesla reporting their Q4 2020 earnings. That once again happens on January the 27th, Wednesday, after the close of the bell. These are the things that we expect. Let's jump into it. Things we're looking for is a beat, right? We expect Tesla to beat the street. We'll talk about that. We're also looking for an update on the Model Y in China. We'll look at the construction of the expansion of the Giga Shanghai. Look for updates on Giga Berlin and Giga Austin. We'll also look for an update on the Model S and X refresh, as well as any type of updates at all that we see in the future coming up on the Cybertruck, where we're at with the Tesla Semi, as well as the Plaid Model S. So let's dive right into it. Okay, let's jump into what we expect from earnings per share. You have to be careful when you do your research, especially online from different websites. As you see from this example, we have a Tesla earning per share sheet that shows the history of the different quarters that Tesla has reported on. And you see the very, very top there where it says January 27th, 2021 is the confirmed date for the earnings per share for Tesla. But then right to the right of it, you see the consensus estimate from the analysts on the street, and it shows something silly like 59 cents. And that's just simply not correct. So you have to do your research, and that's what I'm here for, to do that research for you. When the actual consensus of the analysts, they get updated all the time, day to day, week to week. So the current consensus of this currently is actually $1 per share. So analysts believe that Tesla is going to earn $1 per share getting reported on Wednesday, January 27th. I think Tesla will handily beat that down, whether it be by a dime or a quarter. I don't know. You can go to another channel and watch somebody who's a lot smarter in finance that breaks all those things down. All I know is with the momentum that Tesla's had between the solar, the Powerwall, the Model Y demand, and the Model 3 demand, and selling 500,000 vehicles in 2020, that Tesla is on an absolute tear. Don't forget what Elon said. He said that he believed that the Model Y would outsell the Model X, the Model S, and the Model 3 combined. And guess what? He's been right so far. Let's look at that demand picture as we jump right in here into this article. It comes from Electric. This was on January the 6th, and talks about Tesla sells out first quarter of Model Y electric SUV in China in just a few days. Now, some of you have already seen the headlines, and here's some really great article, and I really wanted to share it with you. So Tesla sold the first quarter of the Model Y electric SUVs in China after just a few days of taking orders, according to an update to its website. The Tesla Model Y in China, as we previously reported, Tesla is using a new vehicle introduction strategy for Model Y. Unlike the previous vehicle programs, which were launched in different markets with vehicles imported from Tesla's Fremont factory in California, Tesla is only introducing Model Y in new markets once the vehicle is being produced there. This is huge. So if we look at future markets, whether it be India or Giga Japan, they're only going to introduce models that they're actually producing in that country. Huge margin saver, makes more profit for us as the shareholders, because you don't have to ship cars across and pay what? Aha, big type of import taxes. All right. The past 9 months, Tesla has been expanding Gigafactory Shanghai to prepare for the production of the electric SUV. We're about to take a preview on that. At the end of this article, we'll come back and look at that expansion of the Giga Shanghai factory in China. The plant has more than doubled in size. In October, Tesla released these pictures that we're going to look at here in a minute. And then in November, the automaker also obtained approval for the Model Y Made in China, or MIC, we call it MIC, Made in China, from the Ministry of Industry and Information and Technology. And finally, Tesla started production of the Model Y at the Giga Factory Shanghai over the last few weeks. And just last week, the automaker updated the online configurator with production version. This is all very exciting and really cool. And they just delivered their very first Model Y in China within the last week. So buying begets buying. We saw the Model X, the Model S have a steady demand. The Model 3 went through the roof. We're going to show you a diagram on that. And I believe the Model Y is just going to completely change the industry on its head, especially at the price they have. So they lowered their price. With the launch in the Chinese market, Tesla also updated the price of the electric SUV, which now starts at $52,000 American. That's less for this new SUV than what my 2018 Tesla Model 3 cost. So that's fantastic. The long-range dual-motor version and the Model Y performance version will start at $56,600. Wow. Now, I just test drove one of those performance Model Ys at my local mall. You can do the same. We'll talk about that. But it was amazing. I did that on New Year's Eve of 2020. So just a month ago, I took the wife and we did a test drive, and it was fantastic. So going on with this article, it says that the Tesla sells out the Model Y in China. Now, just a few days after launching the vehicle in China, the automaker has apparently sold out the Model Y in the country until the second quarter. So that means for the first 3 months, sorry, we can't take any more. We're production limited for what we can do is already sold. Tesla updates online configurator for the Model Y in China, and now guides deliveries for Q2 for some new orders, blah, blah, blah. As for the performance version, Tesla's now quoting a third quarter delivery on its website for that one. However, we don't know the kind of volume Tesla planned to make available during the first quarter. And it says it wasn't expected to be exceptionally high due to Tesla only starting production at the Gigafactory Shanghai last month. But as we reported last week, hundreds of Model Y vehicles were recently spotted being prepared for shipment at the factory. This could indicate that Tesla is rapidly ramping up production of the Model Y in China. And it's called a clue. They are ramping up all types of production to go to mass production as fast as possible for that, to meet that demand of that Model Y in China. Says demand is strong, but we should temper our expectations. After the launch, I saw some wild rumors that Tesla received 100,000 orders for the Model Y in China the first day that it announced the new pricing. Obviously, that's nonsense if Tesla can now take a new order with delivery in Q2, because they only produce about 1,000 to 2,000 of these vehicles per week. So that's correct. If they had 100,000 pre-orders, they would not be able to start delivering anything in Q2. Nonetheless, I think the demand is strong in the country. I wouldn't be surprised if Tesla plans to exit Q1 2021 at a production rate of what we just talked about 1 to 2,000 Model Y vehicles per week at the Gigafactory Shanghai. I would put total Model Y deliveries between 5,000 and 10,000 units in the first quarter, depending on the ramp up. That would be a strong start, but it should be dwarfed. I'll say it again. It should be dwarfed by the second half of the year after Tesla fully ramps up production. Now let's jump into what that expansion of Gigafactory Shanghai looks like. All right, we're going to jam through this new factory photos back in October. I've taken enough time talking about the Model Y, folks, but it's so important for the future of our stock price. The game is all about China. So it's important that if we're investing our hard-earned money in Tesla, that we understand where those resources are coming from, those profits are coming from. That's China. So Tesla releases new Model Y Shanghai factory pictures ahead of production start. Look at that gorgeous paint factory. Tesla's released new pictures of the Model Y factory in Shanghai Gigafactory ahead of the start of production, which has already happened. We told you the start of Model Y production in Shanghai is considered critical to Tesla's growth, and that's why we're talking about it. There's no doubt that the Chinese market has become extremely important to automaker and Tesla, blah, blah, blah. Tesla started producing the Model 3 as Gigafactory in Shanghai, but Model Y expected to have even higher demand in China. We're already seeing that higher demand happening right now. Let's jump right to these beautiful pictures. The Tesla Model Y factory at Gigafactory Shanghai. It says the main building is in the forefront, is a new Model Y factory with the Model 3 factory in the background. So all this stuff here being Model Y, probably this back here, Model 3-ish stuff. So look how huge this complex is in China. That's the future of Tesla right there. That's our moneymaker. Shake your moneymaker. Tesla has also released new pictures of the die-cast machines being installed for the Model Y. Remember these huge die-cast machines that you see above here. The Model Y is now into two pieces. All they do is they take the two huge casting machines and make two huge casting materials. They put them together. They have one brace. Saved all that time, all that energy by doing that. Huge, huge money maker. That's why they're able to continue to bring the prices down, and we're seeing demand go up, and we're going to see our margins continue to go up with the Model Y. Tesla has also already deployed mini robots for the body manufacturing electric SUV in Shanghai. You see by that cool picture. And finally, the automaker is also first pictures of the paint shop Super, super cool, right? It says that the Model Y production at Gigafactory Shanghai is expected to start in 2021. It already has. And it currently claims, the automaker currently claims a 250,000 vehicle annual production rate with the Model 3 alone in Shanghai. So they can do 250,000 or over 250,000 already of Model 3 coming up. After they get the Model Y ramped up, I expect another 250,000 from the Model Y. Cha-ching! That's awesome. Good stuff. All right, enough about the pictures. All right, so back to our earnings per share. What do we expect for delivery guidance for 2021 coming from Mr. Musk and team on Wednesday next week? I think the street's calling for somewhere of 750,000 cars to be produced and delivered in 2021. I think that's too low. I'm going to up my thing and say 825,000. Why do I say that? I believe Elon knows that he's in an arms race for autonomy, for EV, super cycle. Everybody's gunning for Tesla. It's time to turn up the heat, baby. Crank out the rest of Gigafactory Shanghai. Turn up Fremont Factory. Go online with Giga Berlin. Turn up the heat. Go online with Giga Austin. And Cybertruck will start to destroy Ford. That's the plan. That's where we're headed. That's why Tesla is still my number one and my largest investment. All right, in summary, as we wrap this thing up, we're looking for the earnings per share next Wednesday, a week from today. We're expecting to beat the street by more than $1, $1.25 versus what the street expects is around $1. So that should be a win. We're expecting strong guidance on all things coming Gigafactory, improvements at Gigafactory Shanghai. We're looking for updates to make sure we're on track to open up Gigafast in Texas and Gigafactory Berlin, all on time with that. We're looking for updates on the Model S and X refresh. We want information on the Cybertruck. We want information on deliveries of the Tesla Semi, as well as delivery guidance will really affect the stock price going forward. Thanks for watching. Good luck to all of us shareholders. You've been watching Tesla Today. I did everything I wanted, except maybe talk about the Plaid. I can't afford the Plaid. Can you afford the Plaid at $160,000? Be the fastest production card ever made until they actually unleash that roadster with the rocket engines. See you tomorrow.